Well, I'm back talking about things that it turns out might not have been what I thought they were, and sharing that with people. It's good to be here, getting some comments about our previous ones, and most of those are in person. And it helps if you put a little comment online, if you saw us on Twitter or Facebook. Sometimes it gets a conversation going. It sure lets us know that people are seeing what we're putting out there. Today I wanted to talk about, many people in the industry take a lot of things as given that people are doing. Producers are doing certain things. A lot of the times it's, if you calculate the numbers, it pays to do this. So the assumption is everybody's doing that. And over the years of doing this job and the one before, I found out that, as it turns out, not everyone is doing all the things that are seen as money makers or maybe money savers, and thought it might be worth it to go through the list a little bit. And, some of those include, you test your feed. And you use that feed test to optimize what you're feeding, especially through the winter and the challenging months. You test your water, especially in dry years. You can get some help with that. Talk to the Ministry of Agriculture about that. About programs to help develop water resources. Our Farm and Ranch Water Infrastructure Program is a big one. You pregnancy test your cows and use that and other tools to cull your herd and your non-performers. You semen test your bulls before turnout, and you test them for venereal disease. You renew tired forage stands to boost productivity, and you know where to find new forage varieties and newer types of forages. You know how to reduce feed costs, sometimes using alternative feedstuffs, and know where to turn to for help in maybe making those things work. You weigh your cattle and use those weights to make management decisions, whether it's calves at weaning, cows and how big they are and how much feed they need, or even at treatment times and how much medication you should be giving. You understand EPDs and other genetic tools for genetic improvement. You have a working relationship with your vet, to build that herd health plan. And of course, you need that now to be able to access some medications. The beef code of practice, provincial regulations around environment, transport regulations and can adhere to those and not be caught offside. Rotational grazing increases productivity and how to implement that given your local resources. You're aware of and adhere to. I talked about provincial regulation. You can get your cattle BSE tested and know to do that instead of shipping questionable ones, so we can build our testing numbers and make sure we're showing that we're actually looking. You and the people you work with know about cattle flight zones and how to handle cattle quietly. You can recognize invasive weed species and know how to take care of those, or who to get in touch with to take care of them. You're tightening your calving interval and know why that pays. You know your cost of production and other economic indicators of your operation that you can work to improve. And the business risk management programs. You know how agri-stability works and agri-invest and agri-insurance, both crop insurance for annual crops and for perennial crops. There is grass insurance, whether it's hay insurance or rain insurance. There's programs out there, and you know how Western Livestock Price Insurance works. These are all assumptions that I know aren't 100% for everybody because of the conversations that I've had. So if any of these give you pause, like, I don't think I do know all about that. Well, it turns out you're probably not alone. But, the thing you can feel good is there's tons of resources available, and we'd be glad to help you work through those. And get in touch with us. You can fire us an email, info@saskbeef.com. Probably respond to this post as well, or direct message us on wherever you're seeing this. We have starting points for many of these on our website at saskbeef.com. Beefresearch.ca is a great spot as well for looking into a lot of these things. I've heard, you don't worry about not knowing. Worry about not finding out. As it turns out, we're happy to help. We'll talk to you next time. Thanks.